Welcome back to the Culturally Distinct Podcast. This is your boy DJ KO. I'm glad you guys tuned back into the show. We have a special show for you guys today. Last week, it was a great show. I'm glad Amanda came up here to speak her piece and give us some therapy lessons about life, about womanhood, about new relationships, and about self-transparency. Full disclosure, shout out. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Dr. Matir, for coming on. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Also, much love to my sponsor. We got 605 Mix Infused Drinks. Make sure you guys hit those people up over there at Drink ALP6. That's where you can find it. On a hot summer's day like here in Houston, it's 105 degrees. You can find 605 anywhere. You can mix it with a margarita. You can mix it with any daiquiri, any frozen drink, and it's also infused with cannabis. The only infused beverage on the market right now, and it's black owned. Make sure you guys hit those guys up. Drink ALP6. Also, I like to give a shout out to my other sponsor, Red Core Universe. Much love to those guys over there. We're going to be broadcasting in a couple of more nations, so we're doing things big, slowly but surely. Today, I have a special guest for you guys. Normally, I have people that come on from different walks of life. We have different distinctions, and I have a sister here all the way from Trinidad, the island of Trinidad, right? But I wanted to bring on because I wanted to talk about some differences that she's been experiencing here in Houston and also in her own country. But before I even get into that, I like you guys to welcome her. Everybody, welcome to the show, Miss Ashley Mitchell. Hey, how you doing, Ashley? Oh, you doing good? Oh my goodness, Ashley is so proper today. She's not using her accent or nothing. How you doing? You good?
Yeah.
So look, let me ask you this, Ashley. First of all, I know that you're Trini.
Yes.
All right, you're Trini. So how long have you been here in Houston?
About 2 months.
2 months. Oh, you just got here from Trinidad?
No,
or
from San Diego.
Okay, by the way, but you've been in the States for
about 5 years.
5 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have a cousin, right, that is like he's a fanatic with Caribbean culture, especially the Carnival.
Yeah.
Right? So how I met you, I think that's the first thing I asked you about the Carnival, right? Have you been to Carnival? What are some things you like about Carnival? I want you to tell people, because a lot of people have never been to Carnival.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the Carnival is, right? So before we even get into that, I want you to let the people know the Trinidad Lifestyle, like the difference of the Trinidad Lifestyle versus the United States lifestyle.
Okay. So, like, for me, like, the biggest difference was, like, people don't greet others when they, like, go to their house or when they go into an establishment or something. Like, nobody says anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, and, like, in Trinidad, that's a really big thing. Even, it starts from, like, your parents. They'll teach you to, like, when you go anywhere, you have to speak. Even just, like, passing, like, on the sidewalk, you have to speak to people. So that was, like, a big difference for me. And then, well, it's like in Trinidad, it was like a smaller community. So, like, everybody knew each other to, like, here, where it's just, like, strangers.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of feel like you alone. Whereas back home is, like, no matter where you are, like, somebody know you or your family or something.
How big is Trinidad, like, in terms of population?
I don't know.
A couple of million, right? Well, no, more than that. It's like, what, about 5 million people, right?
I don't know. We could look it up, but
Yes, I think somebody looked that up for me. Somebody looked that up for me to see the population of Trinidad. Because when I never been to Trinidad, but I've been to a lot of Caribbean islands, and I understand what you're saying in terms of everybody's communicating, everybody talking to each other. I guess that's one thing that in the United States that we don't have.
Yeah.
We're not really personable. Even with our neighbors, we might stay next door to somebody for like 20 years and never talk to them.
Yeah.
Right? So tell people about the food. What types of food you guys? Because a lot of people from the Caribbean are like always fit, right? And they don't really eat too much fatty foods.
Yeah.
So what's some type of foods that you guys?
So like in Trinidad, you have two major races, right? That's West Indians and Africans. So each race has their own foods. So like my grandmother, she's West Indian, so she made a lot of Indian dishes. So like a lot of curry, um, but then she also made like African dishes too, which to me is like kalaloo, which is like spinach. You just like boil it down. Um, they make like different soups with like
I have plantains, right?
yeah,
Plantains.
yeah. But that's like not.
That's what I'm saying. It's Caribbean,
Yeah. It is.
but y'all have yuca, right? Yuca, the potato.
It's probably called something else.
Yeah, probably in Trinidad it's probably called something else. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, so in terms of living, right? So so when I go to Trinidad, uh, it's supposed to be planned for next year, right? For the carnival,
okay.
right? Juve, not Juve. What's the name of it? The actual name of it? Juve, right?
Yeah, Juve is one event.
Okay. Now, what is a Juve?
Juve is like you can wear. Well, some bands they have a costume for that too.
Okay.
But most people you can wear whatever you don't like care about because it'll just be like paint, powder, mud, water.
So is this the carnival and Juve are two different things?
Yeah.
So now, what is it about these costumes? Because I see people with the costumes. I don't even know what that's about. The feathers and the.
Yeah. So it's like originally it's traditional.
Okay.
It goes back to like folk tales and stuff like that. I don't really know too much about that, so I
Okay.
wouldn't really speak on that. But it all came from something, like in history.
Okay.
Yeah, and now it's just becoming more and more like
Known to the world.
yeah.
So when you came to the States, were you like in culture shock?
No, because um,
TV.
no, because I would always go back and forth. So like
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I was going to school in Trinidad, but every time like summertime I would come to New York with my dad.
Oh, okay. So you had the best of both worlds then.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you was good. You was good. So now while you're here, you're a personal trainer,
Yeah.
right? So how was that like? How was that going? Because I had another young lady on here that's a personal trainer, and she was an attractive young lady, and she was like, "Well, she's been doing it for like 6 years," and she's like, "The men are always hitting on her. Like they want the women to train them just to hit on them,
Yeah.
right? So does that even happen, or
So, I'm new to the personal training thing. I just started like when I moved here
okay,
2 months ago. So, and I work at a fitness studio. So, and we have members that come in. So it's not like I'm like on one-on-one. I do group trainings
oh, okay,
with members, right? So, and I see the same members like every day, every week, and I like build a relationship with them. And not really. Like they're pretty much respectful because like the gym is like a family to them. Like they go there all the time, type of thing. So they're kind of Yeah, they're respectful.
But you mean though? You're mean.
Yeah, but I know how to be nice. Yes.
When I say all right, so when I say the culture of the Caribbean, I mean the personality,
Yeah.
the nightlife, the family, the interaction, the culture of the Caribbean, right? If you come to New York, everybody's going to be like, get out the way. They're going to cuss you out. Somebody will be honking the horn. That's just the culture of New York. If you come to, like, say, Texas, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people going to be wearing cowboy hats and tight jeans, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or they eat beef. The culture of the Caribbean. Like, could you explain the culture?
So, like, in Trinidad, everybody, like, you could expect to be greeted by strangers. Like, everybody, they don't have to know you. to talk to you or smile at you. They're just very like welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could bring my friends from anywhere and introduce them to my family, and they'll make them feel welcome. And they always want to teach you something, like, or learn something from you, or feed you. Like they love to feed people. And kind of just like in like I guess Hispanic culture is just kind of rude to say no.
Right.
It's kind of like that too. Um, it is a third world country, so they don't have the things aren't as easily accessible to them as they are to us. Like they don't have they don't have Amazon Prime.
Right.
You know, they don't have like just simple things like that Cash App. Like they don't have that. They still have to use Western Union and stuff like that. So it's definitely a slower pace. Um, the kids I feel like grow up a little slower because they still wear uniforms and elementary and second and high school, which is primary school and secondary school there. So I feel like kids enjoy their childhood a lot more. Like me, my childhood was I was outside. Like I wasn't on Instagram. Like I was outside in the bushes, in the lake, playing
In the
basketball.
bushes?
Yeah, because we have like behind our house we had a bunch of fruit trees.
Okay.
And like it was like forested area. It was just like forest, honestly. But you could just go.
But how does a person get accustomed? Like, for instance, like say if I was to leave Trinidad or Caribbean country and come here, then go back. Why would a person go back? Because that's their family. That's
Why
what
would
their
they go
family.
back? So for me, I know I wouldn't move back because I feel like you have to be established to even move back because it would be hard for you to like get a job
Okay.
to like provide for this lifestyle that you now have. So like I feel like people would go back to visit but not to live.
Right.
Because after you got introduced to this new lifestyle where it's so much more comfortable,
Right.
most people don't want to go back.
So you know what's funny though? I have two neighbors that's from Trinidad, right? And both of them, they're both male, but they're both married to white women. So is that now? I'm asking. I don't know. Is that a thing? Like when you guys come over, you have to marry somebody white?
No.
I don't know. Look,
No.
I don't know because it was odd. Even though those, I know more people from Trinidad, but they just close to me, and I see them all the time. But they married two white women, and I was like, wow, because I see a lot of people from like either it could be Trinidad, St. Lucia, Grenada, Dominica, uh, and they come to the States and they marry like a white woman. Okay.
Well, that could be because they just want, they're attracted to, that could have been the kind of woman they idolized.
White women?
Yeah, because they don't see that growing up. Like, there's no white women in Trinidad, really.
It's not?
They're all, like, in one area.
It's like a Americanized, it's colonized area.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so you don't, that's not what you're used to. So you go to a new country and you see her and you kind of, like, put her on a pedestal. I feel like they probably put white women on a pedestal.
So how does that make women feel like beautiful black women like you guys are? How does that make you come to the country and well the men are from the same area, but they don't even see you guys as like you said an idol or a beautiful person? How does that?
So for me, like it doesn't. I don't care if it's guys that came from Trinidad too. I care when it. Well, I used to care when it was guys that were like from here, and like you could tell they don't like black girls. Like
How?
Like when I was in Washington State. These guys, because my best friend at the time, she was like Puerto Rican, but she looked white.
Okay.
And like and just us hanging out, interacting, like I could tell like they were attracted to her, and just not me.
So this is that's funny. Must be a nationwide thing, international thing, a global thing. So I thought that was just here in the States, and I've traveled a lot, and I understand what you're saying, but I didn't know that Trinidad was like that because Trinidad is one of those countries that's connected to South America, and the next country over is what, Brazil, right? Or is it Ecuador? Venezuela. So Venezuela, everybody, even though it's a Latin descent.
I'm saying that happened to me here, like in Washington. Yeah, in Trinidad, you just, like I said, you don't see much people different. Like they're either mixed, like me, or they're Indian or black. That's it. Like, there's no Mexicans, no Filipinos. There's no.
That's a beautiful place, though. That's beautiful, then.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, I didn't meet all these other races till I moved to the United States permanently.
Mm.
Didn't meet all these people. Like, no idea what an Asian, like, how to, all these different. And then, like, you could be talking to somebody and you're like, oh, he's from Atlanta. Like, I would not be able to do that because, like, I've never been to Atlanta or met people from Atlanta.
Right. So in dating, you date. I
Yeah.
take it you dated. Have you dated since you've been in the States?
Yeah.
So in dating, is it complicated? Is it hard? As far as mindset, because your mindset, I'm pretty sure your mindset is different from where you came from
Yeah.
versus coming here, and the education is different because most of the time, Caribbean education is like year round,
Way more advanced.
right? Way more advanced, and like coming here, you see somebody that's not
Yeah, they slower.
very slow, and then they talk slow.
Yeah.
They actually. Hey, look, fellas, I'm on your side, but I'm just saying,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely, you need patience. Like, relationships here have taught me how to exercise my patience. So I'm a lot more patient. Because, like, being from the Caribbean, I feel like we don't have much patience. Well, me, I don't have much patience. And then, like, being in the military, I was in the military.
Okay.
Like, that teaches you to, like, be really fast. And, like, sometimes, like, I still, like, I rush myself in my head and I don't even know that I'm doing it. So to deal with somebody that's, like, way slower, they think slower, everything else, just process things slower, it teaches me to just, like, calm down.
So you get straight to the point.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
Mm.
And now that I'm, like, a civilian now, I have to learn how to use more, like elaborate more and, like, make more conversation, because, like, people want to know more about me. And I'm just like, this is what you need to know,
Right.
I'm not thinking that you want to know and want to have this whole long conversation. And then small talk.
You don't do small talk.
But I'm learning.
Okay.
So.
What branch were you in?
Navy.
Navy? Okay. Shout out to the Navy. I got to give a shout out to that. But so the thing is, small talk, I don't do small talk either, right? Get straight to the point. Because small talk, now don't persecute me for this, guys, but I think small talk is BS.
Me too.
Right?
Because you don't remember anything.
Nothing. It's too much, and they're not really telling you what it is. Like,
Yeah.
when I tell people when they're going on dates or when they're going on, like, to meet somebody, all you can do is ask them 3 questions, right? 3 questions is this. 1, are you married? 2, do you want to be married? 3, do you have any diseases? If they answer them straight, but they got to, like, well, the thing is this. Well, the situation. They doing all that. They lying. Versus, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And
Yeah.
then if they answer those questions, then you could go from there, right? I'm sorry, guys. I gave the game up. I'm sorry, right? So if I see Ashley out, she's going to give you those 3 questions. Are you married? Do you want to be married? And do you have any diseases? So since you've been here in Houston, in H-Town, how long have you been in H-Town, Houston?
2 months.
So Houston is the place now. I'm just letting you know. Houston, so during the pandemic, so it was only Florida and Houston that was open, popping. So now everybody's coming here. So why was Houston a choice for you?
Because it is the most diverse
Mhm.
city and it has the most wealthy, successful black people.
Yes,
So that's why I wanted to come here, because I wanted to be, like, amongst myself.
your people, yeah.
Yeah.
Your people. That's good. That's beautiful. So let's talk about your expectations. All right. I want to sit back. We're gonna talk about your expectations. We're gonna talk about your expectations in dating. We're gonna talk about your expectations with your career. All right. So let's get into dating, since dating is just a hot topic right now. So it's the summertime, and you're single, right?
Yeah.
You're a single woman. You're a beautiful black sister. You out in this Houston environment. After this show, they're gonna be like, "Who is that? Who is that? Who is that?" So expectations. What are some expectations you have when dating? While dating.
So I feel like I just started dating because, like, I've always been a relationship type of person.
Okay.
Always. And, like, every relationship be, like, 2 years minimum. So, yeah, I'm just now dating, and my expectations, I don't have time for people that just want to like act like a kid, like just talk about like kid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They want to text you like what you doing all day, or like they'll send you one message and they don't respond till like 2 hours later.
Okay.
Like that's not a conversation. Like I'm gonna just stop responding, and like if they keep asking the same questions, I'll just block them. Like I don't have
Blocker.
time.
Blocker.
I really don't have time. Like, cause people will just waste your life, and I want somebody that's smart, like educated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even if you have to be successful, if you're not successful yet, then at least you have like some goals, some you're working towards something.
So money's not an issue.
No, it is.
Oh, she didn't get to that yet.
It is, and like this is like controversial. So I'm gonna just say my piece because that's not gonna change. I don't care how nobody feel about it.
Okay.
Like you have to have money. You have to have money if you want to date certain women. Like
Okay.
myself, I'm gonna just speak for me.
Okay.
Like you see me, you see that like I maintain myself. You know, I actually put in work. Like, and that's mentally. Like I'm always doing like self work,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then I'm always educating myself. I keep my appearances up. Like this right here is like a full-time job, first of all, you know, and then you know you act like a lady, you carry yourself a certain way, you have a
Mm-hmm.
good reputation, you know, all that adds up to, I guess, my status, my league, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So why would I go be with somebody who isn't doing any work on themselves? Like they haven't matured mentally since probably the age of like 20,
Okay.
you know, but I'm over here doing work every single day, right? They're not educating themselves, but I'm over here educating myself. Like I'm putting in so much on myself and they're not putting in any on them. So they're going to come in my life and just take from me. They're going to just drain me because they're not, you know, adding back to themselves. So you have to be careful with that because these people will shame you into being with somebody that ultimately has no money, because you don't have money when you don't have ambition, you don't have drive, you don't have nothing going on for yourself. So all that lines up with you not having money. So when we talk about wanting a guy with money, it kind of all umbrellas all these qualities of a man with money.
So when we talk about money, is it a number? I don't know. You said money because you
Okay,
said
so
money.
look, it's more about like having a provider mindset.
Okay.
Like if you already think like you want to come into my life and like help me, you know,
Okay.
and do things for me. So it's not like
Are you willing to help him also?
help him how?
Like, all right. Okay, let's talk about it then. We can talk about it. Fellas, I got y'all. So the biggest thing right now that I see that women ask, they ask for certain things. If a man wants to date a woman, of course, everything you said, I'm going to maintain myself, my mental health, my sanity, my body. I'm going to do everything right. I'm going to be the baddest one in the building. I'm going to smell good. I'm going to look good. I'm going to taste good, right? And a man will provide for that. But what if that goes away?
What
Right.
do you mean?
What if, because looks go away, they leave, right? People who gain weight, right? Some people are toxic. It's by nature. Because especially a lot of beautiful women are toxic. When I say toxic, they're into themselves. They're narcissistic, right?
Yeah.
So then that attraction becomes non-attractive, right? So now those things and I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying if a person is depending on those things to get what they want, and that man needs a certain quality of woman, continuous, and you can't, and what if you can't provide that? Then what happens?
Well, I feel like you weren't being yourself at some point.
Okay.
Because like you should be able to be consistent in who you are.
But I still want that dollar amount. You still haven't given me a dollar amount.
Because there's really no dollar amount.
So provision, when somebody provides for somebody, I need a dollar amount. So as long as he can take care of your needs and his needs, or because I don't know, what is that? What does that consist of? Trips? That consists of nails? Consists of what? Mortgages? I don't know. I need to know a dollar because the guys, look, fellas, you see Ashley out in the streets, she's attractive, And some guys are willing to maintain that, but they need to know what.
I feel like you should be able to. I feel like you should be able to provide, first of all, like her maintenance.
Okay.
Her maintenance. You know, some guys are able to do expenses, right? But that's not. If you can't do that, that's cool.
Okay.
You don't have to do rent.
Okay.
You don't have to do rent
Hair,
and
nails.
bills. Just the maintenance.
Okay.
The part that goes into her looking good for you.
Okay. That's fair. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Right.
If you got to pay rent, or mortgages, or cars.
No,
and
I don't expect that. I don't expect that. That's kind of crazy, you know?
Okay.
Especially if y'all live separately.
Right.
If we live together, I'm not paying for anything.
Right. Well, that's marriage most of the time.
Yeah, you're the man of the house, you know?
Right.
But I don't expect somebody to pay for my personal, like, expenses. Like.
So, are you open to be submissive?
Mm-hmm.
So you are. You open to be submissive if he provides?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, some women just like, I'm always do me.
No. You just have to provide in order to get that. That's like the thing that people skip over. Like, they expect women to be submissive, but in order to be submissive, you have to feel safe. In order to feel safe, you have to trust him.
Right.
And he has to be trustable. He has to know how to lead. A lot of guys don't know how to lead yet, and they just want you to listen. Like, listen to what?
That is true. So how long do you think that on a normal basis it takes a woman to trust a man?
Of like seeing them every day?
Oh, yeah, just all of you dating somebody. How long do you think it takes a woman on an average just to trust a man?
Like 2 to 3 weeks.
Think so?
Yeah.
That fast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Because, like, it's, like, something about them and the way they carry themselves. You know, something that you can only get when you're actually around them. And then maybe some people have to see them actually come through, like, be reliable and go through tests and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's more of, like, a natural feeling. Like, you can naturally, like, trust. Because it's about instincts. Like, trust is about instincts. It really is. Regardless of what you say, it's all about instincts. So
I want your honest opinion.
Yeah.
I want your honest opinion. Give it to me right. Since you've been in Houston, how has the dating scene been?
It's been pretty sad.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's really sad?
Yeah.
Sad in because it's overpopulated with single men that's successful, or sad because of a lot of people aren't your type?
Okay, no, it's sad because I don't put myself out there. Like, I just go to work and I go home. I haven't been, like, out. I've been to probably two clubs since I've been here, and then that's 2 months, you know? And, like, I go to, like, private events and stuff like that. But I'm just starting to go out more. So, like, in a month, like, I'll probably have, like, a whole long thing to say about my dating life. But I just started. So, and I'm literally now trying to go out there. Like,
how can you define the dating scene? It's sad if you don't put yourself out there.
That's what I'm saying. It's sad for me because I don't put myself out there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was sad. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was sad because you was trying to date. Okay, so you're not putting the effort in now.
Yeah, because I wasn't focused on that. But now I have time for it.
Okay.
I'm not going to entertain something if I don't have time for it.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So I want to know your type of man. What's your type of man? Give me Ashley's criteria. Like, he has to have, outside of money, of course, but he has to have certain things.
Okay, he has to be fit. Like, he has to work out almost every day.
Okay. No fat guys? No dad bod guys?
Yeah, but he has to be active.
Okay, I got you.
You just got to be active. You got to be able to move around, you know. Yeah, you got to be able to move around. You have to be intelligent. Like, you have to be able to teach me something. You got to be smarter than me.
I got you.
I can't be with somebody that's not smarter than me because that's just common sense, I feel like.
Right. Intelligence, okay.
He has to be respectful of women. Like, I don't like guys that call females
the
bitches.
B word, yeah.
I don't like that. You have to respect women.
So, intelligence, fit, non-derogatory. I'm keeping it clean.
You have to have an open mind when it comes to the gays.
What you mean the gay? Like, the gays as in homosexuals?
Yes. gay
What you
guys.
mean? You want him to? But
No, you have to be accepting. Like, yeah, you have to be accepting because I have a lot of friends that are gay.
so all right. So I'm trying to understand. So he has to be open to
He
gays.
can't he can't have an issue with them just because they're gay. He can't be homophobic. He can't be homophobic because these are my friends. We're all gonna be together
Right.
at some point. So you can't have an issue with gay people.
Mm.
I feel like
Really?
that's you.
Is that a deal breaker?
Yeah,
Hmm.
because that means you're like a certain type of person.
I never heard of that. Like actually, how women always talk about their non-negotiables.
Hmm.
I never heard that as a
Really?
non-negotiable.
Well, yeah, it's because of me. Like, I have such an open mind, and I have a big heart. And all my friends, a lot of them are gay, and I'm not talking about,
Male and female.
yeah, male and female. And I'm not talking about the type of gays that like disrespect straight people by like forcing
Right.
themselves on them and stuff like that. They're very respectful, so you need to be able to respect them too. And it's kind of like my kids. Like, I don't have kids, but if somebody doesn't like your kids, you shouldn't want to be with them.
That's true.
Because these are people that you love and care about, and you don't like them because of who they choose to.
What about religion? How important is religion?
So that's important too. Like, you have to be a Christian too.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Well, a lot of people
it's like, yeah, you don't have to be a Christian,
got
but
to be a believer of God.
yeah, yeah,
Right. Do you believe in God?
yeah.
Oh, okay. What about your political affiliations? Do you get into that?
No.
Or you don't do that
Mm.
at all? Oh, okay. I was about to say something about Trump, but no. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we get in the day in the life of Ashley Michelle
Huh.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Got you. So I see that you're also your content creator,
Yeah.
right? So you got into that space. Uh, could you share exactly what you create? What type of content?
So my content is more like lifestyle. So literally my lifestyle. So you get anything from like get ready with me to makeup tutorials to cooking
Mm. So
tutorials.
you cook.
Yeah. My doing my hair, a vlog with my
Okay.
friends. Like, it's just my whole life.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I had a friend and she was doing that. And she was doing real good with it, but she stopped doing it. She was doing the makeup side of it. And I said, I think a lot of women need that
Yeah.
because a lot of women do not know how to apply makeup.
Yeah, like me, like back in 2018, I started making YouTube videos, like tutorials.
Hmm.
And now a lot of girls are makeup artists back home in Trinidad because of my videos.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Like, I taught them how to do makeup, or at least inspired them
You're
to
a
go
pioneer.
learn more.
You're a pioneer. That's good.
Yeah.
So what? And speaking of that, what are some things that you want some of the young girls back home to see about you?
I want them to see that just because you come from a place that's not America. Because, like, the people in the Caribbean islands, they look at America as, like, this
The
big,
place,
the place,
the land of
you know?
everything.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so amazing. And that's not entirely true. But I just want them to know, like, don't be intimidated by that because you're just as good, even better, smarter than half the people that's even here.
Right.
So just like, don't discredit yourself or think less of yourself, because people from the islands, even after you move here and you live here for a while, some people can tend to still have that in the back of their head, like they don't belong here, or like they're not good enough.
Right.
So I just want people to know, like, you're good enough. Don't let anybody from any other race make you feel any type of way, because they try to, like, make you feel inferior. But just like own your ground, like your space, and just like own it. Like,
That's good. I like it. I like your positive. You got positive energy. I like it. I like you're a young lady, and you got a lot of stuff going for yourself, and you're not taking no BS.
yeah.
That's a good thing. So, last words before we get out of here. Um, I I want your worst dating situation here.
Here.
Here, not here in Houston, just here in the States. What was it, and how did it play out? Your very worst, like I would never do that again.
Um.
I'm pretty sure you've been on multiple dates. Don't do that. Ashley, do not do that, okay?
Okay, but like I don't have bad dates.
But you're single. So if it was good, that mean they would maintain, right?
I would say okay. So my friend had set me up on a blind date.
Okay.
She set me up on a blind date, and she was just like talking of this guy, like, oh, basically she would date him too, right? When when he picked me up, first of all, his car had no tents, and he had like a bunch of clothes in the back seat, and like he threw some stuff off the seat and put it in the back for me to sit down. So I was immediately uncomfortable. And then we got to where we was going. He got out the car. He's shorter than me, like way
Oh
shorter
wow.
than me, like my son. And so
He's that short? Jeez, what he was? How tall was he? Like 4'5" or something?
I don't know. I'm 5'6", 5'7", so he was probably like 5'4". But anyway,
So you don't like guys? You don't like shorter guys, so
I
he had to be
don't.
over 5'7".
I don't. But if you're short, like you just have to do a lot more to be eligible. So what else? Oh yeah, and he was just like, it just wasn't the conversation wasn't there. It was just, and I was trying too. Like I was trying to see past, the physical, but I just couldn't do it. And then
You couldn't do.
I couldn't do it. And then when he dropped me off, he basically like tried to he tried to give me
Kiss
a
you?
kiss,
Yeah.
but he had to like get up on his toes.
Oh my goodness. So you did kiss him?
I turned my cheek. I turned my face. So he kissed me on my cheek, and it was just cringe.
Oh my goodness. So
I don't owe you no kiss.
That's
Like,
true.
what are you doing?
That's true. That's true. So this is the moral of the story. We got intelligent. He has to be well off. He has to be tall. What was the other one? He has to be. He gave like 4 of them. For tomorrow, man. But it'll come back to me. But anyway.
He can't be homophobic.
Yeah, homophobe. That's right. He gotta love the homosexuals.
Well, he don't gotta love them.
Well, he gotta like them.
He gotta tolerate them.
He gotta tolerate them. He gotta like the
Yeah,
homosexuals.
and he can't be disrespectful.
The gays.
Yeah.
LGBTQIAWP
Yeah.
XYZ. Got you. So, Ashley, I appreciate you coming on the show. Before we get out of here, I want you to give the people your social media information. How could they find you? What you got going on? Any events? Anything?
Okay.
Let them know.
So my most used social media is Instagram. My Instagram is ashley.mitchell, ASHLEY dot Mitchell spelled MITXHELL. And my TikTok is cashin out, cashin_out. Cash is my nickname.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
Oh my goodness.
if you click on the link in my bio on my Instagram, it'll take you to all my other links. And then I sell life insurance.
Oh, okay.
I'm a life insurance agent also, so I can help you with that. That's also in my bio on Instagram. So
Okay.
yeah.
I need another